Update 7/7/26, 11:25 a.m. ET. Victoria Lee Robinson was not granted her request for a temporary restraining order against ex-Tom Sandoval. It's no surprise that Victoria's request for a restraining order was immediately denied. A rep for Sandoval told us in a statement following the decision. The court granted Tom a restraining order and an immediate move-out order against both Victoria and her father. The decision came after Tom presented extensive photographic evidence, along with police reports prepared after officers reviewed all of the video footage from that night, including footage showing Victoria punching Tom in the face. The statement continued, "During their 2.5-year relationship, Tom has made it clear he never physically harmed Victoria. Instead, he lived in fear of her repeated physical attacks and unpredictable behavior. He will show he was the victim of ongoing physical and emotional abuse and has substantial evidence documenting what he endured, which will be presented through the legal process." Original story below. Tom Sandoval's ex-girlfriend Victoria Lee Robinson has filed her own restraining order against him. According to court documents obtained by Us Weekly, Robinson, 33, submitted paperwork on Thursday, July 2nd, for a domestic violence restraining order against Sandoval, 42, weeks after his request for a temporary restraining order against Victoria and her father, J. Will Robinson, was granted following her arrest. The filing also included a declaration from Victoria that accused Sandoval of routinely physically and verbally abusing her during their relationship. Sandoval and Victoria began dating in 2024 and broke up earlier this year amid the domestic violence allegations. Victoria claimed that Sandoval shoved her down a flight of stairs after having an alleged verbal disagreement in August 2025. Victoria claimed that she was following Sandoval up the stairway to the second floor of their home. While walking up, Sandoval allegedly turned and shoved Victoria, which resulted in visible injuries to her knees, which included bruising. She called 911 to report the alleged altercation. However, Victoria ultimately recanted her statement after learning that Sandoval would be arrested and criminally charged. Victoria stated that she now regrets that decision. Nearly 1 year later, Victoria claimed she tried to end her relationship with Sandoval. The Vanderpump Rules alum allegedly begged Victoria not to leave, and allegedly promised to change for the better. Victoria agreed to stay. After the near breakup, Victoria claimed that she and Sandoval were involved in another domestic dispute. She claimed that Sandoval pushed her to the ground at a hotel in Nashville while in town to visit her terminally ill grandfather, who has since died. Victoria alleged that she and Sandoval got into a verbal disagreement where he repeatedly called her a coward. Sandoval allegedly left the room to have a cigarette, and when he returned, their argument escalated and became physical. Victoria accused Sandoval of pushing her to the floor of the hotel hallway and locking her out of their room. After giving Sandoval some time to cool off, Victoria allegedly discovered that Sandoval threw her belongings into the room where her father was staying. When Victoria and Sandoval returned home from Nashville, she claimed that they got into another verbal altercation. Victoria claimed that Sandoval ransacked her purse and allegedly elbowed her hard in the chest when she tried to retrieve her belongings. Victoria called her father, who was staying with them for the time being. Victoria also requested that the restraining order protect her father following a June incident where Sandoval allegedly pushed him into a lit fire pit. Victoria stated that she is fearful of her own well-being as well as the well-being of her father. Victoria's restraining order was denied by the court on Monday, July 6. According to court documents obtained by us, the filing was denied ahead of the ex's hearing, which is scheduled for July 16th. The court added that there is already a temporary restraining order issued against Victoria and Will, which Sandoval filed last month. Us has reached out to Victoria and Sandoval's spokesperson for comment. Sandoval and Victoria's domestic violence issues and legal dispute made headlines last month. Sandoval filed a restraining order against Victoria and her father following alleged verbal and physical abuse during a confrontation on June 3rd. Sandoval accused Will of attacking him and Victoria of striking him in the face. She was arrested that same day and posted a $50,000 bond. Later that month, video footage surfaced of Sandoval pushing Will into a fire pit during a heated argument. Will subsequently filed a restraining order against Sandoval, claiming that he received multiple injuries in his scuffle with the Traitors alum.